If you're married and you're doing the work, showing up, handling things, but somehow still feel invisible in your marriage, this video is for you. You're there, but you're not felt. You help, you contribute, you stay steady. And still, sometimes it feels like you've disappeared. Like if you weren't there, nothing would really change. Let me say this clearly. This isn't you failing, and you're certainly not doing anything wrong. This is a common pattern in long-term marriages, especially for good men who learn how to be dependable. But here's the part most men don't see. This pattern doesn't stay neutral. Unchecked, this turns into resentment, emotional shutdown, and desire fading. It leads to a marriage that slowly feels more like living with your roommate than your lover. So in this video, I want to show you why this happens and what actually changes it. If this hits, stay with me. So when a man says they feel invisible, they usually think it's about attention. It's not. It's actually about impact. You speak and nothing moves. You help and it's just expected. You pull back and no one asks why, or maybe even notices. You're physically present, but emotionally, you barely register. And this is how good men disappear inside their own marriages. I've seen this time and time again with the men I work with. Not because they don't care, but because they stopped allowing themselves to be felt. If this lands, drop a comment below. Tell me you feel this. You're not alone. And it matters that you see this. This awareness is incredibly important. So here's what's really happening under the surface. Most men were taught to be low maintenance, agreeable, useful, instead of expressed. And early on, this works. In the beginning, it creates stability, reduces conflict, makes you easy to live with. But over time, it costs you something. It kills polarity, flattens or dulls desire. And honestly, it slowly erodes respect. Because you trained yourself to solve for peace, not for presence. You didn't do this on purpose. You adapted, just like most men do. You weren't taught how to stay grounded in the tension, how to express a want without apologizing for it, how to stay present even when things get uncomfortable. But that adaptation is not leadership. And leadership is what your partner wants to feel. So here's the shift. Most men think visibility comes from doing more, trying harder, being better, whatever that means. What actually creates visibility is simple. It's clarity, it's presence, and it's self-respect. Some men are exhausting themselves doing the former. The other is grounding. It creates compliance. One creates compliance, the other creates desire. Now, here's why being nice tends to backfire. This is where a lot of men get stuck. Being nice feels safe, but here's the trap. Nice avoids friction. Nice hides wants and desires. Nice waits to be noticed. And over time, your partner stops feeling you. Not because she doesn't care, because you stop taking up space in your relationship in a healthy way. Remember this line. You can't feel someone who isn't fully there. If you're realizing you've been playing it safe, let me know below in the comments. No stories, no fixing. Just be honest and own it so that you can start creating transformation. Because all transformation starts with truth, and that's where you can start. You know, I remember for me sitting on the couch one night, I was in the same room, my wife, same couch, we were in the same routine. I was being a helpful husband. I was agreeable, making sure my partner's needs were being met. I was really focused on keeping things easy. And this uncomfortable realization I remember hit me one day. I wasn't invisible because she didn't see me. I was invisible because I wasn't risking anything anymore. I didn't have any edge. There was no truth. There was no real signal. I wasn't leading myself. I was managing the relationship. And that was on me. I had to own that. And this part matters because when you don't speak clearly, there's nothing solid for her to respond to. When you avoid conflict, she tends to carry the emotional weight alone. When you disconnect quietly, she adapts to life without you. It's not rejection. She's just adjusting to the ecosystem. And the longer that goes on, the harder it is to reverse it. So this is your opportunity for change. Now, what actually makes a man visible again? What makes him felt? It's not more effort. It's not trying harder. And it's certainly not performing. Visibility comes from what I call felt leadership. And it's built on three simple things. The first is clarity. Say what matters early and plainly in a kind way. The next is presence. Stay engaged, especially when it's uncomfortable. And the last is self-respect. Stop abandoning yourself to keep the peace. Don't be aggressive. It's not about being dramatic. It's about being calm, grounded, and real. That's what restores respect and desire. Now, here's a simple experiment I want you to try this week. Okay, let's make it real. This week, try one of these, just one of them. Share one honest thing that you want without apologizing. The other is slow your body and hold eye contact to your partner when you speak to them. Or say, I'm not okay with that. Calmly, no speeches, no fixing, just a very clean signal. Hey, if you're willing, let me know which one of those you're going to do. That decision matters. Make this commitment to yourself in order to shift the dynamic in your relationship. And here's what else I want you to remember. Feeling invisible isn't a verdict on your self-worth. A lot of guys tend to fall into shame when they experience this. It's actually feedback on how you're showing up. And when you lead yourself, you become easier to feel. So if this video helped you and you're done guessing how to show up like this, I built something just for you. It's called the Connection Blueprint. It's a free framework that shows you how to communicate without escalating conflict, how to create presence without just being reactive, how to stop disappearing while staying grounded and connected. You can grab it in the link below. If you're tired of just being the steady ghost in your own marriage, this is where you start. Like this video if it helped you out and subscribe for more conversations like this. And remember, you don't need to disappear to be loved.